Greetings, royal family. Welcome back to another episode of the SHAHS of Sunset. We're on episode 12. So, day 2 in Hawaii, and MJ notices that Mike is a little controlling when it comes to Paulina, just like he's been in the past with all his other girlfriends. This is going to be interesting. I look forward to MJ sticking her nose in Mike's business because I already know that Mike is going to pop off. And I can't wait because he and MJ, they just finished resolving their little tiff. Mike, invited everyone to Hawaii for Paulina's birthday to try to mend the friendship. And it seems like it's going to get rocky once again. So anyway, MJ, she walks off from the group and she calls Tommy to tell him that she and Reza pretty much ironed things out and that Reza wants to drop the charges against Tommy. However, Tommy says that his attorney has not informed him of anything because MJ did ask him, like, hey, did your attorney contact you? He was like, no. I don't trust Reza at all. I really don't. He'll probably have to tell Adam, who's not going to like the fact that, MJ and Reza made up, because he made it very clear that he wants nothing to do with MJ after all of this drama that took place. So I'm pretty sure that Adam is going to have a problem with Reza now wanting to drop the charges or drop the restraining order against Tommy. So we'll see how that works. Again, we see this Gigi and Nema storyline. This is so last season. So Mike dared them to kiss while they were on the bus, and they do. And Gigi said that if Nema had less teeth and more lips, the kiss would have been better. Nema and those teeth. So anyway, so one group of the SHAHS, like half of the group, they go surfing. That's MJ, Paulina, Destiny, Shervin, and Sarah. And the other half, the other group, they're going to a bee farm. And that consists of Gigi, Reza, Mike, and Nema. So Nema says that he can't focus because he's so sweet on Gigi. It's like neither one of them really have a storyline that sticks. So it's like they're defaulting to making them a thing, just like they did last year. And I'm so over it. It's pathetic. So anyway, back at the house, MJ, she confronts Paulina about Mike being strict. She passes her remarks. I just feel like MJ wasted no time, right? And Mike is going to be pissed because MJ and Mike, they all go at it. But MJ and Mike, it's just like they be having knockdown, drag out fights too, just like MJ and Reza. Girl, MJ, mind your business. So MJ, she's being her usual shady self, and she's talking about Persian men being strict. Now she's referring to Mike. She says, I know you're under strict rules. This is what she's telling Paulina in the kitchen. And she also asked Paulina if, she's like, hey, should I refer to Mike as your husband or your boyfriend? Now that's her being shady, throwing her digs, because good and well Mike is not married to Paulina. You know that already. So anyway, Mike, he's still at the bee farm. We shift to see him, Reza, Gigi, and Nema. They're at the bee farm. And Paulina texts Mike saying that MJ is foul. So the bee farm field trip is over. And Mike wants to get back to the house ASAP. He's like, I don't care about no honey. I don't care about these bees. Let's go right now. So Mike and them, they get back to the house, and Paulina, she's sitting in the room and she's telling him what happened, or her interpretation, how she took what MJ said. And in the other room, we see Reza knocking on MJ's door, giving her the heads up, letting her know that, Mike is mad, and what did she say? And MJ is just like, it was a joke. And, Paulina's blowing this out of proportion. It was just a joke. So Mike ends up, of course, confronting MJ in front of everybody at the dining table. And MJ gave her explanation. Of course, Gigi has her opinions about MJ being malicious. She gets up and she walks away from the table because she can't take MJ at all and her drama and her mess. So Mike brings up comparing himself to Tommy because this is MJ's whole deal. This is her explanation. She was backpedaling a little bit, said that she didn't say anything about Mike being controlling. Yeah, you did. Her whole argument, MJ that is she's dated Persian men in the past. This is what she also told Paulina. And Persian men have a tendency to be controlling. And MJ says she is happy that she married a white man, an American man, because she feels that that's better for her. You know, it's better than marrying a Persian man, because again, Persian men are controlling. So Mike said, what about if I compare myself to your white husband? Would you like that? MJ gets furious. She gets offended. You know, Mike is popping off. And of course, again, Gigi has to make this about her. So in her confessional, well, actually, she's off talking to Paulina after all of this took place. She's just telling Paulina all the messed up things that MJ has done. And MJ walks up on them talking. She apologizes to Paulina. Gigi, she walks off. Again, she can't deal with MJ and her drama. She just keeps telling MJ, like, stop meddling in people's business, you know? So Paulina has a perception of MJ because she saw what went down between MJ and Reza. So she's basing her opinions about MJ off of what took place recently. And I'm pretty sure, of course, Mike has his opinions about MJ and he shares them with Paulina. So Paulina's whole thing is like, look, you know, you just fell out with your best friend of 30 plus years. Am I next? So she was just kind of on her toes as it pertains to certain things that MJ was saying to her. Okay. I mean, did Paulina kind of put gas on it? Yes. However, she was looking out for Mike. And, you know, she defends her man, honey. She confronted Nema a couple of earlier on in the season about things that he said, that Paulina heard that he said. Anyway, Mike is controlling though. And Destiny, she did point that out. You know, Reza, he controls Adam. So yeah, I mean, MJ didn't say anything that wasn't true. Where I think she went wrong is she doesn't know Paulina well enough to joke around, if that was indeed a joke and she wasn't kind of like trying to on the low get back at Mike for Mike calling her out about her BS recently. Because, you know, people will do that. They'll harbor resentment towards you, and then when they can, they'll try to take their little digs. But it backfired on her. But although MJ was telling the truth about Persian men being controlling, she's experienced that, right? And there were other people who agreed in the group. Mike doesn't like to be called out on his stuff. He'll get in your business, but he doesn't, not by MJ. He doesn't like MJ calling him out. If Reza calls him out, he can take it kind of a little bit better than MJ, especially because they just recently got past some drama. But MJ doesn't know Paulina well enough to quote unquote joke around with her in that way, you know? So I just feel like Mike can't expect anyone to stay out his business when he's in everyone else's business, and then blames it on or chalks it up to them being friends and family, so we should call each other out. Well, Mike, you are controlling. And they flash back to the reunion last year when he was with Jessica, and Jessica wanted to go out on stage on the set to kind of talk to everybody, and he's like, no, you know, can you just shut up for a minute? No, I don't want you going out there. Production even confronted Andy and says, you know, Mike doesn't want Jessica to go out there. So Mike, you are controlling, and you know that. So he called MJ out, and, you know, it is what it is. So, again, she apologized to Paulina. So it seems like all is well. But knowing Mike, he's not going to let that go. He's very sensitive about his failed relationships and him being in relationships, period. So that's a real touchy subject for him because he feels he's older. He's getting older and he needs to settle down, and he doesn't want anything jeopardizing that. So, but what I do like about Paulina is, though, she does stick up for Mike. So she has Mike's back. So we move on to Paulina's B-Day luau. So they're having dinner. They have a nice dinner, nice cake. And then they have the fireman, you know, a fire show. And he's lighting the grass on fire, lighting his legs on fire. He's twirling fire sticks around. And Gigi was so high that she was scared of the fire show, so she kind of like got behind the table and ducked down. I can't. She and Nema, they start flirting, and he had a slight meltdown about his ex. I don't remember who brought his ex up, but he's just like, no, you know, you can't talk about her. She means so much to me. I am paying her rent, you know, and she came into my life at a specific time, and he just basically let the whole table know he does not want to talk about that, and that's not up for discussion. So then he storms off. So then Gigi goes and she talks to him, and they're talking and they're flirting, and Gigi's just like, yeah, you know, I'm down for whatever. I'm always an option if you need a little, you know, foo la la. So Paulina interrupts Gigi and Nema's conversation because she wants to play a game of everyone write down how you feel about each other. So I'm like, here we go. The cards were quote unquote anonymous, and Paulina, she read each card out loud. So we can kind of guess based on what was written, who said what. And of course, there was shade thrown left and right. However, Sarah was called out for her alleged skeletons in her closet because she's on the trip and she's pretty quiet. She's just kind of enjoying the complimentary trip to Hawaii. I'm not mad at her, but yeah, girl, what's up with you? You know, everybody else is putting all their cards on the table. What's up with you? So she begins crying and she talks minimally about her ex, Robert. Anywho, and they end up sitting around for this kumbaya moment, you know, and they all vow to do better as friends and end the negativity and let's leave all this drama in Hawaii, yada, yada. For now, once they get back home, trust me, the drama is not going to stop. So the final moment of this episode was Reza and MJ. They're talking. They're sitting on the grass. He's laying on her lap and he's with the drama. He's like, oh, you know, I can't have this ever happen again in life. You know, I just miss you. And there's so many things going on I want to talk to you about. She's rubbing his hair, rubbing his shoulders. Woo, woo, woo. Basically, MJ wants to know, look, Reza, are you going to drop that restraining order or not? So he says that he is going to let his attorney know he's going to let his attorney know when he gets back home that he wants to drop the restraining order. My predictions, I didn't even see what was going to happen next week, but my prediction is Adam is not having it, number one, because again, Adam is not going to be excited about the fact that Reza and MJ made up. You know, Adam wants nothing to do with MJ, like MJ did something to him, but whatever. So I think there's going to be some pushback with Adam, and that's going to cause a problem, I'm sure. Also, Mike is not done with MJ because, see, she hit a sore spot with Mike. Anything pertaining commitment and relationship with Mike, he gets very, 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 very sensitive, and he is not going to let MJ forget that, even though Paulina seems to have forgiven MJ. And Destiny did mention that, you know, she loves her some MJ. That's her girl. But MJ has said some crazy stuff to her. And what MJ does is she has a pattern of, she'll say something derogatory or offensive. She'll say that she doesn't mean it. She'll say that she wants to do better. She'll apologize. And then she'll do the same thing over and over again. So Destiny pointed out the fact that this is a pattern with MJ. And you know what? She's right. You know, MJ has her times where she really does get stuff started. I don't know if she does not realize the things that she says, or she tries to act like she doesn't realize the things that she says are offensive. Because why would you ask Paulina, oh, should I refer to Mike as your husband or your boyfriend? You know Mike and Paulina ain't married. So you're trying to be shady. MJ girl, you love the drama. So we shall see what is going to take place next week. Will Reza drop the restraining order against Tommy? And I'm telling you, Mike ain't done with MJ. This beef is going to be taken back to their home when they get back home. So, Royal Family, that's all I got for SHAHS. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the commentary. Get down in the comments and tell me what you think. Did Paulina put 20 on 10 as it pertains to texting Mike and saying that MJ was foul? We also have to take into consideration that Bravo is very good at cutting out pieces of scenes, and then episodes later, or maybe even at the reunion, they'll show scenes that are missing. So did Paulina overreact and do too much, or is MJ just straight up a troublemaker? So I look forward to reading your comments. I'll see you next week. Until next time, peace.